Hello friends, happy Monday, happy August. Welcome back to my channel. I was thinking about what I wanted to share for this week's Monday Musings. So Monday Musings is an email that I send out to my community, typically every Monday. Sometimes it comes later in the week because life happens, but I try to do it every Monday. And occasionally I make these video updates in place of the email update, and I email a link to the video. So if you don't know, my name is Jackie. I was recently diagnosed with breast cancer. I'm a small business owner, and so this is just a way for me to document kind of my journey through cancer and also stay connected with my community. So I'm officially 2 weeks out now post-surgery from a unilateral mastectomy because I was diagnosed with breast cancer in May. Now, they did find some unfortunate news while after my surgery. So, they removed the breast tissue. One of the things that they do when you go in for a lumpectomy or a mastectomy is they inject you with this dye that shows them, any lymph nodes that are a direct drainage path from where the tumor is sitting. And so because of that, I had 2 lymph nodes removed, and one of those lymph nodes tested positive for cancer cells. In addition, they found some precancerous cells in another space in the breast tissue. So I had another space in the breast that was removed in that tissue that was tested positive as precancer, meaning that it wasn't cancer yet, but it was well on its way to being cancer. So that news was a little unfortunate. Because of the size of my tumor and where it was, I had the choice between doing a lumpectomy and a mastectomy, and I chose the mastectomy because it was my best chance at not having to do radiation. Because they found cancer in one of the lymph nodes, they do want me to do radiation as part of my treatment. In addition, because they found cancer in this lymph node, I have to go in and get more testing done. So a week from today, August 14th, I will be going in to do a PET scan, which is a full body scan to make sure that there are no cancer cells that are showing up in other parts of my body. And next week, I also have an appointment with a medical oncologist and the radiologist. And so there will be, more treatment plan and what next steps look like that will get planned next week. I've had a lot of people ask if chemo is going to be a part of my plan. It is not entirely off the table. The things that will inform whether or not chemo is part of my treatment plan is the oncotype test, which tests the, aggressiveness of the tumor and what the chance of reoccurrence is. And the threshold for this is really small. So they grade it from 0 to 100. And you have to have less than a score of 25 on it to not have chemo as part of your treatment plan. Now, because of my age, because cancer was found in 2 different locations, because precancer was found in part of the cells, I actually have to have a score of less than 20 to not have chemo as part of my treatment plan. So, not great. But if I'm being really honest, just like my intuition pinged and I kind of knew that this was cancer before ever going in to get anything tested, I also have had the same feeling around chemotherapy. And then radiation, they 100% want to have as part of my treatment plan because cancer was found in the lymph node. So not entirely good news, not really what I was hoping for, but it is what it is. And, I'm moving forward with as much strength as I possibly can and taking everything day by day. I have a lot of really great people in my ecosystem that are helping to support me through all of this. Barking dogs. So, remind myself where I was. So anyway, I am doing my best to take things one day at a time. I am super grateful to have so many people in my ecosystem that have been really supportive throughout all of this. I'm doing my best to continue to focus on nutrition, which has always been a primary focus in my life. And then also, I'm doing everything that I can to continue to slowly move my body, which that honestly has been really, really difficult. I have to remind myself that I'm only 2 weeks post-op. I'm starting to feel myself get really antsy, physically or mentally. I'm starting to get really antsy when physically I still have a lot of limitations in what I can and cannot do. So that's been a little challenging, but I'm trying to keep my spirits up. The not knowing and the waiting is the hardest part of all of this. The surgery itself went really well, and I don't really remember much of it, to be quite honest. The anesthesiologist did a wonderful job, which is what everybody told me was going to happen. So yeah, I guess all in all, things are going really well. Bosco, hi. Artemis, hi. The dogs have been doing a good job of keeping me company. Lots of snoogles. They're only annoying me a little bit. Trying not to get into too much trouble, obviously. So anyway, that is my Monday Musings update. No big revelation here. I've just been thinking about, we can only do what we can do at any given moment. So I can only move my body as much as I can move my body at any given moment. I can only process as much as I can process at any given moment. And there's a lot of processing that's happening. There's a lot of grief that's happening. There's a lot of transition that's happening. And I guess that is the big takeaway from the last couple of weeks, that we can only do what we can do in any given moment, whether that's to move, to process, to feel, to think, to show up, to fill in the blank. And so, yeah. Thank you all so much for all of you that have, reached out with words of support and that have dropped off dinners and all of those sorts of things. If you're wondering, how to support me and my family as we continue to navigate all of this, we do have a GoFundMe set up. I will link that in the comments of this video. As a small business owner, it really is, feast or famine 99% of the time. I'm still relatively, the business is still relatively young, and we just finished going through a 3-year pandemic that we're still recovering from. So, I'm glad that the business is there, but it's definitely not supporting me, and I'm not able to continue to do the things that were supporting me outside of the business because of this diagnosis and treatment. So, yeah, that's everything in a nutshell. I hope that I will see you all soon, sending you all kinds of love. If you haven't already subscribed, be sure to subscribe and hit that bell notification so you know when I post new videos. Love, 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 love.